Wedding dreams are some of the most emotionally intense and meaningful. They can cause joy, anxiety, anticipation, or even fear, depending on the context. People often wonder what it means to see a wedding in a dream, because this image carries a powerful symbolism. In real life, a wedding is not just a celebration, but an important milestone. A transition to a new stage associated with changes, commitments, and hopes for the future. In a dream, this symbol can speak about inner transformation, readiness for change, or conversely, about doubts and fears of the unknown. Most often, a wedding in a dream is associated with changes that can occur in a person's life. This is not necessarily related to a personal relationship or marriage, because the symbolism of the wedding celebration is much deeper. Psychologically, a wedding in a dream may reflect a desire for harmony, a search for balance between different aspects of personality, or even a union of opposing qualities in the person himself. For example, if a dreamer is at the stage of making a difficult decision or in search of himself, such a dream may signal that he is ready for inner reconciliation, for a new stage of personal growth. The interpretation of a wedding dream depends on who exactly saw it. If an unmarried girl dreams of a wedding, it may be a reflection of her hidden desires, fears of marriage, or expectations of serious changes in her personal life. Sometimes such a dream is a harbinger of real changes, dating, marriage proposals, or even an early marriage. But if a girl is not thinking about getting married in real life, such a dream may indicate inner development, the need to make a choice, whether it is related to career, personal growth, or other important aspects. For a married woman, such a dream may mean changes in marriage, the need to reconsider the relationship with her spouse, or even a desire to refresh her feelings. If a man sees a wedding, it may signal his willingness to make new commitments, whether in the personal or professional sphere. However, if a married person dreams of a wedding in which he acts as the main character, this may indicate subconscious fears, doubts about the current relationship, or conversely, about harmony in the family. An interesting interpretation is for divorced people. In this case, a wedding in a dream can mean a relived experience, a reassessment of past relationships, and readiness for a new stage in life. Sometimes it can be a sign that a person has not yet let go of the past or, on the contrary, subconsciously strives for a new relationship. For older people, a wedding in a dream may have a more philosophical meaning. It can symbolize memories, reflections on a past life, and even acceptance of inevitable life changes. Pregnant women can dream of a wedding as a symbol of the birth of a new life, responsibility, and the big changes that will occur with the birth of a child. The emotions that a person experiences during sleep are crucial for interpreting it. If the wedding in a dream is joyful, without unpleasant surprises, it means that the changes in life will be favorable. Such a dream can mean harmony, joy, good luck in love, or professional development. If a wedding is accompanied by anxiety, fear, and unpleasant sensations in a dream, this may be a signal of inner doubts, unwillingness to commit, or even a warning about possible difficulties. It is especially important to pay attention to the details of the dream. For example, if a dreamer is late for his own wedding, this may symbolize fear of responsibility, fear of making the wrong choice. If the wedding ends in a quarrel, breakup, or unexpected events, this may indicate internal conflicts, that a person is afraid of change or feels pressure from others. Thus, dreams about a wedding cannot be perceived unambiguously. Their meaning depends on many factors: the dreamer's marital status, emotional state, details of the dream, and personal associations. However, in most cases, a wedding in a dream indicates changes, whether it's internal transformations, changes in relationships, or new life stages. To interpret such a dream correctly, it is important to listen to your feelings and the circumstances of real life. If a person sees his own wedding in a dream, it can mean serious changes in his life. However, it is important to take into account the details of the dream, as they can dramatically change its meaning. If the dreamer feels joy, satisfaction, and lightness, it means that the changes will be favorable and long-awaited. A person may be on the verge of an important event, such as a new stage in a personal relationship, a job change, or a decision that will determine their future. If a wedding is accompanied by anxiety, chaos, or unpleasant surprises in a dream, this may indicate inner doubts and fears. Perhaps a person is not sure of their choice, is afraid of commitment, or feels pressure from others. The image of a wedding dress or suit is of particular importance. If a person sees himself in a beautiful snow-white outfit, it can symbolize purity of intentions, readiness for new obligations, and harmony with himself. But if a dress or suit looks ruined, dirty, or torn, it may indicate disappointment, self-doubt, or even deception on the part of a loved one. Interestingly, if a man sees himself in a wedding dress, it may mean that he is in a situation where he is forced to take on roles that are unusual for him, or is uncomfortable because of social expectations. A dream in which a person is a guest at a wedding also has a certain meaning. If the atmosphere in a dream is joyful, the dreamer feels comfortable. This may portend successful events in his life. Perhaps someone from the environment will soon take an important step that will affect the dreamer himself. However, if the wedding takes place in a tense or gloomy atmosphere, if a person feels superfluous at the celebration, this may indicate envy, a feeling of loneliness, or fear of changes taking place in the lives of others. Dream in which a person is a guest at a wedding, has a certain meaning. If the atmosphere in a dream is joyful, the dreamer feels comfortable. This may portend successful events in his life. Perhaps someone from the environment will soon take an important step that will affect the dreamer himself. However, if the wedding takes place in a tense or gloomy atmosphere, if a person feels superfluous at the celebration, this may indicate envy, a feeling of loneliness, or fear of changes taking place in the lives of others. To dream of a familiar person's wedding may mean that changes are coming in his life, in which the dreamer will somehow play a role. Sometimes such dreams are associated with subconscious premonitions. For example, if a person has long suspected that his friend or girlfriend is preparing for a serious step, the dream may only reflect his guesses and thoughts. It happens that wedding dreams become disturbing or even frightening. For example, if a wedding breaks down in a dream for some reason, the bride or groom disappears, rings are lost, guests quarrel, it happens that wedding dreams become disturbing or even frightening. For example, if a wedding breaks down in a dream for some reason, the bride or groom disappears, rings are lost, guests quarrel, this may indicate the inner fears of the dreamer. Perhaps he's afraid of responsibility, unsure of his partner, or worried about the future. If the wedding ends tragically, for example, one of the newlyweds runs away, this may symbolize the fear of loss or betrayal. Special attention should be paid to dreams where the bride or groom does not appear at the ceremony. Such a plot can mean disappointment, loss of hope, a feeling of abandonment or loneliness. Symbols that can be present at a wedding in a dream have a special meaning. A black wedding dress is one of the most alarming signs. It can symbolize hidden fears, inner protest against change, and in some cases, even losses and sad events. The crying face of the bride or groom in a dream can also indicate insecurity, anxiety, and fear of the future. If one of the guests expresses dissatisfaction in a dream, it may mean that there are people in the dreamer's symbols that can be present at a wedding in a dream have a special meaning. A black wedding dress is one of the most alarming signs. It can symbolize hidden fears, inner protest against change, and in some cases, even losses and sad events. The crying face of the bride or groom in a dream can also indicate insecurity, anxiety, and fear of the future. If one of the guests expresses dissatisfaction in a dream, it may mean that there are people in the dreamer's life who have a negative attitude towards his plans or are trying to influence his decisions. In an esoteric sense, wedding dreams can carry important omens. In popular beliefs, it is believed that a wedding in a dream sometimes portends drastic changes, which can be both positive and negative. In some traditions, it is believed that a wedding in a dream portends a long and happy life. In others, it warns of possible trials. For example, in some cultures, it is believed that if a person marries or gets married in a dream, but does not see his partner's face, this may be a sign of a fateful event that will radically change his life. There are also beliefs according to which a wedding in a dream can portend illness, especially if strangers or gloomy faces are present at the ceremony. The interpretation of a dream about a wedding largely depends on the personal circumstances of the dreamer. It is important to take into account his current emotional state, life events, and feelings during sleep. If sleep causes anxiety, it is worth paying attention to what fears and experiences it may reflect. Sometimes, the subconscious mind sends such dreams to warn a person, help them realize their true feelings, and make the right decision. If the dream leaves a pleasant impression, it may be a sign that the person is on the right track, ready for a new relationship or change. The main thing is not to take such dreams literally, but to consider them as a reflection of the internal processes that occur in the dreamer's life. Have you ever dreamed of something like this? Maybe you have some kind of story related to a prophetic dream? Do you believe in prophetic dreams? Write in the comments. If you like this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.